Chicago Bulls. Oh, Chicago Bulls. Okay. So the Bulls are one of the more interesting teams, and I'm going to start off by saying something that most people won't agree with, and that's fine. But in my opinion, I do believe that the Bulls would be a much better team without Derrick Rose. And the reason why I say that is not because Derrick Rose is not talented. Derrick Rose is probably the most athletic point guard to ever play in the NBA, even more athletic than Russell Westbrook. The problem with D Rose is twofold. So the number one thing, and it's been apparent since Memphis, is he plays with tentativeness. Now, D Rose is so athletic, strong, just talented, that he's going to score 20 points no matter how he feels. I mean, it's already evident because he does not play with the same sort of aggressiveness that Westbrook does, or even a lot of lesser point guards. The second thing is that really, in my mind, he shouldn't even be considered a point guard because he does not play the position as a point guard. He lacks the intuitiveness, he lacks pace, he lacks the subtle body movements and dribble movements that point guards and it's not just point guards, it's really the people that get the teams into their sets. He lacks the ability to get the team into the set in an effective manner, meaning with rhythm. Once that rhythm's broken in the NBA, it's very hard to reset and get back into the offense. And so when you watch the Bulls play with D Rose, you see a lot of times where he dribbles up the court in this with apparent pace, but unlike a lot of other point guards, say Chris Paul, I'm trying to think. There's a lot of athletic point guards out there who adjust their pace accordingly, but it really seems like D Rose has two speeds. It's either slow to show that he understands how to play at a slower pace, but then when he decides to make a move, it's like all out, crazy, wild man, and there's really no in between. And that's really unfortunate because the Bulls have probably the best offense, execution-wise, in the whole league, as far as I'm concerned, because they have Pau Gasol and Joakim Noah in the post. And those two, if left to their own devices, would create some of the most beautiful basketball. And that's the problem. If D Rose was willing to be a secondary offensive option as far as the ball handling is concerned, not as far as scoring. It's fine to run plays for him off the ball, but he wants to dominate the ball, and he over dribbles and looks to pass himself rather than getting the team into the set and allowing other people. So, for example, someone like Tony Parker. If you watch Tony Parker play, he will never lead the league in assists, but he runs the point better than Derrick Rose because Tony Parker's objective is to get the team into the set. Once you get the team into the set, then you run the play. It doesn't require the point guard to dribble the ball the whole time. In fact, you don't want anyone dribbling the ball. You want to pass the ball. So that's why if you watch Tony Parker, although he doesn't have a lot of assists, he's a much better point guard than, say, Derrick Rose or Damian Lillard, who have high assist totals. The high assist totals are a large product of over dribbling. And assists do not mean unselfish. In fact, a lot of times it can indicate a high level of selfishness. And I don't think D Rose is selfish. I just don't think he has a very good feel for the game. So I don't think the Bulls were going to compete for the title this year. I just mean they would have played a very entertaining style of basketball, and they still will. But I think it's going to be mitigated quite a bit by D Rose's need to hold on to the ball so much. So together in the low post, it's very exciting to get to watch Gasol and Noah because they have very similar games. and they really can play off of each other. And then you have guys like Jimmy Butler, Aaron Brooks, Mike Dunleavy, Taj Gibson, even Doug McDermott off the bench. Oh man, those are the kind of players that can help a guy like Doug McDermott actually become a serviceable player in the NBA, because Doug McDermott is obviously not athletically gifted, but in the right situation, he's a smart enough player that he can use his size and his shooting ability to become a real offensive advantage. Kind of like a Kyle Korver. He's not as athletic as Korver, but on the Bulls with Noah and Gasol, he has a real chance to come off screens and just find openings within the offense. So I just really think the Bulls will be fun to watch. I just don't think that D Rose is the right fit. And I'm the only one, and I realize I'm probably wrong. But anyway, that's my take on the Chicago Bulls.